Hello and welcome to this, another BD Hammer review. Today we are looking at the Warhammer Age of Sigmar boxed set. I've got to tell you, there is a lot of stuff in this box set, and considering the prices that Games Workshop is going to be charging for the individual boxes, this is value for money. It's a fantastic box actually, and if you have a look at it here, you can actually see some of the amazing details. It's really well moulded. Have a look here at the Lord Relictor. This is his banner here, obviously. It's been pretty popular with a skeleton and stuff like this. And have a look at some of the details here on him. He's really finely moulded, very well done. On a lot of these models, you'll notice that they're moulded in really kind of weird ways. For instance, have a look at this guy here. Look at that. How strange is that? You can see here, this is the detail on the prosecutor scroll, which comes off the back of the airborne unit, and here is the wings. Really nicely done wings. Now, these are supposed to be rays of light or something like that. They're not really supposed to be a physical thing. You can see here the prosecutor head is attached to the body. The only thing separate is a leg, two arms, and the chest piece, which is actually kind of a bit of a theme going through the rest of these figures. Here you'll see the shields of the Liberators. Now, of course, if you picked up White Dwarf 75, you'll have received your free Liberator, so you'll be very familiar with this pose here. You'll also see the Liberators' heads, which are all different. Very nicely done. A bit chaotic or a bit sanguineous guard, depending on who you are. Now we'll move across from these guys, from the good guys, the Order as such, to the bad guys, and this is where you get Khorne. Now, these are some really nicely done figures, but the thing you'll notice about them is the heads are definitely supposed to go with certain bodies. It's not so much that they're multi-pose, they're multi-part. Let's move on from the troops, and here we have the really, really awesome Lord Celestant and Dracoth. I think that's how you say it. Now, this is quite a big figure, and actually, if you have a look at the detail on here, you'll see it's really nicely done, and his legs are actually attached to the monster itself. This here, you'll notice, is the underbelly of the beast, and nicely enough, it's one piece, so you won't have a seam line going down the middle. Here's the body of the character, really nicely done. And some other details. Here's the head of the Dracoth here. Now moving back to the bad guys. Now this is the mighty Lord of Khorne. Now he comes with a pretty ugly beastie, which is pretty much split exactly in half, so there will be some mould line issues on this guy, unlike the mount of the Lord Celestant. You can see here again that the Khorne figures have a face that only a mother could love. Lots of nice details. Now we move on to the Blood Warriors. These are effectively the Berserkers, the Warriors of Khorne, and these are really nicely done. I've got to tell you, if the multi-part kit looks anything like these, even if the price is the same price point that the Liberators are at the moment, I'd be pretty sorely tempted. These are really nice figures. Again, in a strange kind of configuration with the legs partly attached and then partly attached to something else. Now here is the big beastie for Khorne. Have a look at this guy. He's really big. I thought he was going to be sizable, but that's a really big dude. Have a look at the detail here on the shoulder and arm piece. And you'll see also this is the banner of the Blood Warriors, incidentally. Gotta say, I really like those Blood Warriors. Becoming quite a fan. Meanwhile, the guy who controls the Chaos Beastie is this guy here. He kind of reminds me of the Animal Keeper in Return of the Jedi, who is very upset when Luke Skywalker kills his beastie, as you can understand. Now, also in the kit, you get a ton of bases, all of them round, interestingly. Now, obviously, the debate for some time was whether they were going to be round or they were going to be square. It doesn't really matter, as it seems these days, but all of the ones are either round or oval. Now, with the books, you get the 4-page rules, and this book here, which basically is your assembly, and that shows you really what you get amongst all your figures there. The Warhammer Age of Sigmar book that you get comes with paint schemes for the Blood Warriors and also the Liberators for the good side. Lots of lovely pictures inside this one, some background, quite a bit of background actually, and then you've got some battle scenarios and stuff like that. So really lovely pictures. And of course there's the war scrolls, you've got your prosecutors, your liberators, all that kind of thing, and of course the bad guys as well. What am I saying bad guy? Khorne. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the throne of Khorne. I mean, considering the price point that you would be paying for individual box sets, I think this is a great way to start out. For me, this reminded me a lot of the Warhammer 40,000 Blood Claw set, pretty much the same amount of sprues. I think this will keep you pretty busy and certainly give you time to save up for the individual multi-pose boxes. And that's it. This has been another BD Hammer review. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy.